I know a lot of people have made a hobby out of celebrating crypto bros taking L's, and this week they were eating good. Their bellies were stuffed because the largest L in cryptocurrency history, perhaps, just happened this week. FTX, the second largest cryptocurrency exchange, just went tits up and collapsed almost overnight, wiping out billions upon billions, which of course has financially ruined tons of normal people who never really understood anything about this shit in the first place and just were told how safe and smart it was to be in it. So they treat it like some kind of magical entity where, like the Tooth Fairy, they'll put money under their pillow and the FTX Fairy comes through and leaves a little extra under that pillow for them. But this time the Tooth Fairy came through and just burglarized them, and now that money has just been flushed down a toilet. Actually, it's even worse than that. It hasn't even been flushed down a toilet, it just vanished as if it never even existed in the first place. Now, a lot of people are looking back on this now with post-nut clarity, wondering how they could have ever ignored all the red flags about FTX, and more specifically, the man behind FTX, Sam. He went into an interview once and openly celebrated that it's a Ponzi scheme.
Like, you're just like, well, I'm in the Ponzi business, and it's pretty good.
And even after this, and him being very openly describing a Ponzi scheme, people continued to put tons and tons of money into FTX. And now, that's all just been vaporized. This seems to happen a lot in the crypto community. I think a lot of people are under the impression that everyone that has money is a genius, so they'll write this off as just Sam being quirky or something, until it all ends up with them losing all of their money. You know, I just feel like it may be a level of brainwashing, maybe a level of copium where they've already put money into this, so they just have to like fight tooth and nail for it and ignore blatant red flags, and just keep convincing themselves that this is eventually going to make them money, because they believe in the dream. And then most of the time it doesn't. This is like the 5th collapse of a massive crypto-based project in the last like 6 months. Oh, while we're already here, I kind of want to see Atrioc pick up the FTX saga post-collapse.
All right, I'm going to try and explain what's been going on with FTX, which is the largest crash in crypto history and probably the end of crypto. I'm going to try to do it as fast as I can. So here's this guy, Sam.
I will say, off rip, I know he's exaggerating. Unfortunately, it won't be the end of crypto, but god damn it, is it a wonderful fucking dumpster fire in and of itself.
Sam Bankman-Fried. He's like 30 years old, and he's been described as a wonder kid. He was put on the cover of Forbes as the next Warren Buffett, an investment god. He's also described as the most generous billionaire.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I showed you.
Next to me is the most generous billionaire in the world.
Hi, my name is Sam, and this is my story.
Sam has crazy hair. Sam
It is crazy hair.
in the Bahamas with Sam is 29 years old only, but Sam has $22 billion.
Or so he did, because as of today, he is worth exactly 0 and facing jail time. So let's get...
Damn, I read that he had $22, but maybe they were just being nice. Yeah, I wasn't exaggerating. His net worth is legitimately non-existent right now. It's just wiped out. Also in the video, I don't know if Atrioc's going to play much more of it. Big A probably won't let this one ride because it's a really stinky video. But when they're interviewing Sam, they ask him how he gets started. And I shit you not, he made it sound super easy that anyone could do it. He said, oh, well, you start with $10 million, and I noticed that Bitcoin was at $10,000 on a US exchange, but $11,000 on a Japan exchange. So I put my $10 million into Bitcoin at 10K, and then sold it for a 1K profit on the Japan exchange. And I did this every weekday, making $1 million a day. It's that easy. You just gotta start with $10 million, and you too can be the next Sam. Literally, step 1, start rich. Like, that is almost every billionaire's story.
It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
God.
I don't think so. And I'm never wrong about this stuff.
And he never was. Don't be like Larry. Don't miss out on crypto, on NFTs, on the next big thing.
God, that feels so good. Oh my lord. I don't remember that commercial like that, but that is beautiful. Larry was not wrong. That is correct. Man called it. Maybe we all need to be a little bit more like Larry.
Safe. They know that crypto is becoming this big thing, but they don't really understand it. They're afraid of being called out of touch.
That's one other thing that I've talked about a lot, but I can never understate the importance of it. I think the way these exchanges, as well as just like general NFTs and crypto, the way they present themselves and market themselves is so evil. They are very clearly targeting either older people or people with legitimate FOMO, fear of missing out. They're always saying it's safe. You're going to make money. Like, there's really no risk involved. It's easy to start up. It's quick. Like, you are stupid if you're not putting your money in crypto because it's so guaranteed. And it's fucking wild how effective that is. Now, of course, I did the same thing. Yeah, 100%. Like, when this shit was hitting hard, and it really wasn't crypto, it was GameStop stock, because I had such a bad, such a bad time. Like, I was so upset that I missed out on GameStop stock because I got told about it really early. I was like, nah, it's fucking stupid. So then GameStop happened, and then immediately the crypto boom happened after I'd already been in crypto for like 3 years prior, but just never got serious about it. Then I had such bad FOMO, I was like, fuck it, I'm going all in on like every crypto, and lost everything in crypto, in every department of crypto. Well, I guess I haven't lost it because I still have all of it, but it's all worthless now. It's completely worthless. Half of them are rug pulls anyway. But like, the marketing targets people with my mental illness, where it's like, oh, you mean like, like it's guaranteed? Like a cheat code? Oh, like it's safe too? Oh shit, okay, then I'm in.
And just saying that it seems like a scam. So they start investing big money, but they want a safe option. And FTX, an exchange, almost like a bank, feels like a safe option. Here is an example. This is on Sequoia Capital, one of the most
nice Enron hat too. That's a nice touch.
In Silicon Valley. This is on their website. You can buy Bitcoin. You can send money in whatever currency to any friend anywhere in the world. You can buy a banana.
Huge.
Suddenly, the chat window on Sequoia's side of the Zoom lights up with partners freaking out. I love this founder, said one partner. I'm a 10 out of 10. Yes! Exclaimed a third.
What is that?
That's dumb enough. But then we find out.
I am a 10 out of 10. Is that flirting? Like, I don't even understand what that means. Like a 10 out of 10 on the excitement scale? What the fuck is that even in reference to? You can buy a banana. I'm a 10 out of 10! Holy shit!
From all the money coming in to pay you. And the only way this really will go bad is
if they ran out of money.
A major market downturn and everything. Okay?
Yeah.
That's how a regular bank works.
Yeah, the way this goes bad is if the exact way FTX went bad. Hey, I want to withdraw my money. You can't. We can't cover that. You can't. We don't have the funds to cover your withdrawal.
You know, there's definitely some risk here, but in general, it's okay, especially because in a real bank, all of your money is guaranteed up to $250,000. It's called the FDIC insurance. It doesn't matter if the bank goes out of business. The government will make you whole. Crypto has nothing like that. Understand that, like, there's a variety of things that can be in this basket here. So imagine if instead of buying a house,
you're buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards,
or things that generally are stable and appreciate in value, what if they bought a holographic Charizard?
Whoa, Bro, Big A and I are in the same fucking headspace here. Oh my god, we're mind melding. What the fuck? This is not pre-watched. Literally not pre-watched. My god.
You say you give him $300,000.
No, I swear to god it's not pre-watched. He uploaded this during my stream.
All right.
No, I swear, I promise. I'm not a fraud. I'm no SBF. I've been streaming for an hour 30. He uploaded this 49 minutes ago. The math vindicates me. It proves I'm innocent.
So they have your money. They have more than what you've given them, but they don't have it liquid. So
not
in order
real
to give
money
you your money
yet.
back, if you're asking for it, they would have to sell the Charizard, collect their money, keep a little bit of profit, and give you your money back. Sell all of these Charizards at once without tanking the value of Charizards. Suddenly a Charizard
rest
is very
in peace,
cheap because they're
Charizard.
selling so many at once. Now imagine if instead of a Charizard, it was a dog shit crypto token. That
So
doesn't
good.
even have any basic value to begin with. What if...
So this ties back into the CoffeeZilla video, in case anyone was confused when we were going over that. They put it, apparently, it came out in the research, they were putting everyone's money into shit coins. So I believe they had like Solana in there. They had their own like native one, the FTT token. Fuck, what were the others? Shit. There was a couple more. Literally just taking this money and putting it into shitcoins. So when people had this bank run, they couldn't pay them back because they couldn't sell those coins or anything. They couldn't actually give money back. So that's how all of it just started to crumble and collapse. Ooh, little jump scare here. Wanted to further explain this just a little bit in case anyone's still a little confused. So when you were putting money into FTX, FTX was then taking your money and putting it into shitcoins like the FTT token. And when people started to all try and sell, withdraw, take their money out, they couldn't sell off all of the shit coins because they didn't actually have that money you put in anymore since it was now locked up into those other shit coins. It wasn't liquid, so they couldn't pay it back, which of course leads to the eventual collapse. And actually, eventual is not even the right word. The sudden collapse of FTX as a whole. Honestly, the way that my brain keeps processing this whole thing is that it feels like you fell for a RuneScape scam. Like it's 2006, you were hanging out in Varrock and a guy said, I'm doubling your money. So you give him like 100k GP and he just runs away with it. And you just never get it back. That's the way I'm looking at this whole thing now. Now, of course, I never had money in FTX. I always found it to be a little shady, so I never put anything into that, so I haven't lost anything here. I, of course, feel bad for the people that have. But man, looking at this in hindsight from an outside perspective, it really feels like people just got fucking blasted by a RuneScape scam.
Who had something to say about Sam Bankman-Fried?
Big advocate for Sam because he has two parents that are compliance lawyers. If there's ever a place I could be that I'm not going to get in trouble, it's going to be at FTX. So,
you know, what they're doing right here is...
Hey, this is Mr. Wonderful, the guy that said people living in poverty is great because it gives them something to work towards or whatever. Fuck, I'm misquoting him. It was even worse than that. God damn it, what did he say? Oh yeah, Kevin O'Leary says 3.5 billion people living in poverty is great news.
This is according to
Fantastic
Oxfam,
news.
The world's 85 richest people is equal to the 3.5 billion poorest people.
It's fantastic. And this is a great thing because it inspires everybody, gets the motivation to look up to the 1% and say, I want to become one of those people. I'm going to fight hard to get up to the top. This is fantastic news, and of course I applaud it.
I applaud the 3.5 billion people living in poverty. Wonderful news. Now you're all motivated, idiots. So if you're not a billionaire like Kevin, it's your own fault.
Alameda Research, which is the other company that he owns, was making all of these terrible, terrible bets on crypto, with their CEO being a 28-year-old Harry Potter fan who also dated Sam Bankman-Fried. And I've seen interviews with her where it clearly shows she has no fucking idea what she's talking about when it comes to investment.
Whatever weird, like, meta food things, I don't know.
Meta foods?
Yeah, I feel like I did manage to get...
Starts taking money out of customer deposits at FTX and secretly funding Alameda Research illegally. This is illegal. That is where this becomes an Enron moment.
Interesting, okay.
It becomes like a...
This is what's called a pro-gamer move. Sam taking money out of FTX to fund Alameda Research is illegal and very big-dicked. So big dick, in fact, that it might just land him an actual prison sentence. You're not allowed to. It's illegal. And it's not shocking to hear that this was going on, given how blatant Sam was about, like, Ponzi scheme and all of that. But man, is it wild to actually see it confirmed and come out.
That almost all of the money on their books, it's just FTT token. They had a bunch of FTT token that they said was worth.
That's great, though. You gotta love FTT,
and so people
though.
realize, wait a minute, if
better
we
than
ask
money.
for our money back, you can't sell these to get enough value to make all our money back. Like, our money no longer exists in this vault. It's just a bunch of this fucking token. Which is this guy.
CZ.
Basically says, I own a good amount of FTT token, and I'm going to dump it all. And that's going to make the price of this crash because it already is a shaky investment. It's not really worth what you say it is.
To further expand on that a little bit, CZ went on Twitter slinging meat and said, So after this leak happened, he said, I have a ton of that, and I'm going to dump it. And then he even made sure to say, it's not because FTX competes with Binance, our company, the #1 exchange. I'm doing it just because I want to be in the free market, and this is a little off-putting. So he makes this very public statement, which of course sends everyone that has FTT token or anything related to FTX into a frenzy like, holy shit, CZ is about to crash this whole empire. So then everyone in the community, of course, starts to get scared because CZ's walking in like the Undertaker and about to hit the entire FTX with a steel chair at WrestleMania. So he comes in, threatening to flip over the table because now it's been revealed the cat's out of the bag. FTX takes your money and makes worthless nothing burgers out of it in the form of FTT tokens. So when CZ comes in with a fat load, there's no way that they're going to be able to sell those FTT tokens at that price to give that money back, and everyone else that's now asking for the withdrawals and wanting their money back before the worst comes to pass, they can't fulfill it because all they have is these FTT tokens now. They don't have the liquid assets to be able to give those people what they're asking for anymore.
And so Binance originally offers...
I do think, like, extending this further beyond FTX, I really feel like this is like something that could happen to any crypto exchange. Maybe not Binance. I think Binance is at a point where they're too big to fail. I don't think they're like insolvent or anything. I don't think they could be hit by something like this, but I feel like every fucking other crypto exchange can. You never know. Hey, again, you never know. I did say that behavior from CZ, while being a Giga Chad move, has historically been like a dagger in the future. Do Kwon said something similar, did something similar on Twitter days before Terra Luna died, in very similar and tragic fashion. So it could. It absolutely could.
Nobody can get their money out, including this fucking man, Tom Brady, who's probably going to have to play football until he's fucking 59 now.
Oh, no.
Like TSM.
No.
Like the Miami Heat, all of which accepted major FTX sponsorship deals that lasted 10 plus years, are all not getting paid. TSM is built almost entirely on this FTX money, which is not getting paid. Well, all of the audits for FTX were performed by the first ever CPA firm in the metaverse. This is the firm that Wall Street relied upon to do accurate accounting on fucking FTX.
Well, let's hold on. Let's talk about the first ever CPA in the metaverse. Is there any point ever so far where the metaverse hasn't copped a huge L? I wouldn't even think metaverse would be implicated here, and yet it still somehow finds a way to be front and center at another major fuck up. That is so beautiful. That is the gift that just keeps on giving. Oh my god, what a joke. And there are still people that firmly swear by the viability of the metaverse. Everything that it even remotely comes in contact with is ruined and trash. That's so wonderful.
And I said Pepe laugh, because guess what?
Oh.
As of today, a few hours ago, it shows that Binance's reserves are almost half of its holdings in its own token.
No!
It's the same problem. So crypto as a whole, basically every exchange,
Binance,
maybe buying Bitcoin on Coinbase, is fucking fraudulent.
Rough.
It's all fraudulent all the way down. It's all a massive Ponzi scheme. FTX official and FTX.
Oh yeah, this is the hack I was talking about.
With over $600 million leaving the exchange late Friday. It's convenient, hacked. I'm sure this is probably a last-minute looting by people that had access in the Bahamas to whatever was left of this fucking absolute Ponzi scheme.
Yep, the Miami Heat arena is named FTX. We said it on stream yesterday. They're going to need a new title sponsor for the arena. We won't pay anything for it, but if they just need to slap a name on the Miami arena in the meantime while FTX dies and burns, they can call it the Moist Miami Arena. Like, we're down. We'll be the title sponsor for fun. I don't know if that really helps them in any way, but we're super open to it. Until they can find someone that will pay the millions upon millions that FTX was paying, or promising to pay. In fact, we'll probably... You know what, if we paid them $100, that's probably more than FTX will ever be able to pay them, since they're worth $0 now. So, if anyone works at the Miami Arena, you know, reach out to our guys. We'll make it happen. That was a great video from Aatrox. From Atrioc there. That was beautiful. I would say even if you have your own Bitcoin on your own wallet, be very afraid. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with that anymore. This shit is so crazy. What's Bitcoin worth right now? Along with the rest of the world, TSM has been closely following the situation surrounding FTX. We have no insight into the matter other than what has been reported publicly. We are currently consulting legal counsel to determine the best next steps to protect our team, staff, fans, and players. To be clear, TSM is built on a solid foundation. We are stable and profitable, and we continue to forecast profitability for this year, next year, and beyond. We look forward to a great year in 2023. They made it... Okay, so last year they claimed they finally had profit. Okay. And it was a $210 million deal, not $260. I'll just take their word for it. I have no reason to doubt it. Last night I had an urge that I was fighting off a demon for which I was battling internally. And I swore to myself I wouldn't make a video covering this topic. I looked at myself in the mirror, I said, Charles, look at you. strikingly handsome, 5'6". You could suck a titty standing up. You don't need to talk about this. It's beneath you. Don't do it, Charlie. Unfortunately, I'm failing myself. I can't stop myself. It's like SpongeBob when he has the water and he's drying out. He's like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it. That's me right now with this topic. It's too goofy to not talk about. But the reason I was going to avoid it is because I do actually feel bad for the victims in this case, because it's not their fault per se. And I've already made so many videos making fun of NFTs and NFT bros, the entire community. There's no reason to just come in and fucking slam and jam fucking windmill dunking on NFT bros again. But goodness gracious, heavens to Betsy, I can't help it when you do stuff like this. Yesterday, there was a Bored Ape Yacht Club convention, Ape Fest, where it's just supposed to celebrate your bad investments because NFTs are down like 99% value, it's collapsing, they're going extinct faster than silly bands and fidget spinners. NFTs are eating more shit than pinworms right now, and yet they still had the gall, the chutzpah, to throw an event to try and convince people that it wasn't all worthless, that there's still value here. And not only were the attendees experiencing financial ruin from buying Bored Apes because they got fucking brainwashed into it, they then experienced eyesight ruin because the event coordinators didn't take any precautions with their lighting and ended up causing photokeratitis, which is basically UV burns to the patrons' eyes. So a lot of people that went there to party at the Ape Fest experienced temporary blindness, eye damage out the wazoo. Tons and tons of people were reportedly going to, like, you know, the ER or experiencing all kinds of discomfort in their eyes because the lighting they used were UV lights, unprotected UV lights that they were just blasting into the eyeballs of everyone who went to the fucking event. There were so many tweets like this from concerned attendees wondering if what they were experiencing was an isolated incident or if there were a lot of other people that had this problem. So there were tweets like this popping up everywhere. I woke up at 4 and I couldn't see anymore, had so much pain and my whole skin is burned, needed to go to the hospital. The doctor told me the UV of the lightning of the stage, I believe they meant lighting, though I can't hold this against them since I can't fucking see their phone anymore because Ape Fest damaged their eyes. It has the same effect as sunlight, still cannot see normally. So a lot of people were reportedly going to see doctors about this because they were experiencing blindness. Naturally, of course, this led to a lot of people on Twitter making the same joke about NFT holders being blind anyway, so this is nothing new, but this is a very alarming situation for anyone that went, because they went there and then it was hosted by a goddamn supervillain, I guess, that was just attacking everybody's eyesight, perhaps permanently damaging it in some cases, all because they went with UV lighting that they were burning everyone's eyeballs with. This became such a huge deal that Bored Ape Yacht Club themselves had to make a statement. Apes, we are aware of the eye-related issues that affected some of the attendees of Ape Fest and have been proactively reaching out to individuals since yesterday to try and find the potential root causes. Hey, look, I'll tell you what the root cause is. You did terrible job with your lighting engineers, if you even had any on staff in the first place. Knowing NFT projects, I guarantee they didn't even bother having a real lighting professional there. They just found someone nearby that was local that said he's got some lights that he can go string up there or some shit, and they're like, ah, run it, fuck yeah, it'll save us some money. Based on our estimates, we believe that much less than 1% of those attending and working the event had these symptoms. I'm going to go ahead and call dirty barnacles on that. That's a load of fish paste. I'm going to show you some pictures from the event. There are not many people there in the first place. I feel like 100% of the attendees were the ones posting on Twitter about their eye-related issues that were caused from this. There are not many people there to begin with, and there are a lot of reports of individuals that had eye problems from it. While nearly everyone has indicated their symptoms have improved, we encourage anybody who feels them to seek medical attention just in case. And then there's a community note. During Ape Fest, attendees suffered from unprotected exposure to UV lights, leading to skin and eye injuries such as sunburn, eye pain, and temporary blindness. So here's one shot showcasing the dance floor area of the event, and it looks more empty than the dance floor at my fucking high school homecoming, and I went to a high school that only had 150 students in it. That shit looks more empty than a local dive bar hosting a Screamo-only karaoke night. So, it's not exactly the most packed event, but for the sake of fairness, that first clip was at the beginning of the evening, I believe, and towards the end of the evening is when more people started to filter in. And it gets a little more populated, sure, but it's still not exactly like this fucking sea of meat here with like thousands upon thousands of people, but it is a moderately filled event for the most part, but still nothing crazy. This is the clip that most people were clowning on. One of the most pathetic mosh pits you'll ever see. This is some Weenie Hut Jr. moshing here. I personally don't find it to be that embarrassing or cringe. They're clearly having a good time. You can see that one gentleman in the red shirt just came in wearing his sunglasses at night, which usually a lot of people would make fun of, like, you know, that's not exactly a cool thing to do. But that guy ended up being the smartest one at the event because those sunglasses no doubt saved his eyes from the UV light warfare that Bored Ape Yacht Club waged on their community. So, big W for that gentleman, but overall, big L per usual for NFTs. A very common L. Though this one is a very special one. I would have never predicted something like this happening. This has only ever happened once before, from what I can tell. It's not exactly a common occurrence where someone just puts up UV lighting and starts fucking blinding the audience. Like, that's not exactly a mistake a lot of people make. But man, that is just so par for the course for NFTs, because NFTs and the NFT community always finds the most creative ways of hurting themselves and then convincing themselves that it's not their fault, or that it's actually not that big of a deal, or even a good thing. I may have lost $100,000 minting the Glorbus Sphincter token, but actually, the experience I gained along the way has enabled me to be a better crypto trader, which is why I just put another 100,000 into Butt token. And it's like, oh, okay, whatever, brother. Like, okay. Like, they can't even throw an event without some kind of catastrophic disaster unfolding. This whole thing was meant to try and convince people that Bored Apes aren't dead, I imagine, to prevent buyer's remorse. Like, look, there's still dozens of us holding on. It's only up right now. Buy the dip. And then, all of a sudden, you're leaving with permanent eye damage. And you know what's wild? I bet the people that have been harmed from this, the people that are experiencing temporary blindness or eye damage from it, have already forgiven Bored Ape Yacht Club for it. Like, they're probably already over it. They're like, you know what? It happens. Whatever. I'm not mad about it. I've still got my Bored Ape, and that's all I need. I may have sold the house for it, and you know what? I'm still convinced it was a good investment. And yes, my eyesight may be fucked now, and I'm spending a lot of money on medical bills to try and fix it, but all of that is small potatoes once the NFT market bounces back and my ape is worth 10x what I put into it. To the moon! Here it comes! I've never seen a community so delusional when it comes to things like this, so I really am convinced that the people that were harmed here aren't going to be holding the Bored Ape Yacht Club organizers accountable, even though they absolutely should. This is absolutely grounds for a lawsuit. This is entirely their fault. They ran a dangerous event that harmed a lot of people. They should be held responsible. They should face real severe punishment for this. But I'm not convinced they will, because I don't think the community will go after them for it, which they absolutely should, and have every right to. But hopefully I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope everyone that was affected here, all the victims of this terribly ran event, do pursue legal action against the Bored Ape Yacht Club for this. It is, again, a big deal. You got injured attending this event from no fault of your own. The organizers used unsafe lighting that literally fucking burned your eyes. Like, the long-term effects of that could be huge. We don't know. You suffered a UV burn to your eyes. You should be going after the Bored Ape Yacht Club for what they've done here. I understand how much you love your NFTs, but you need to understand that your health is more important than that. Plus, this is a good opportunity for a potential payday from the Bored Ape Yacht Club team. Like, what the fuck? So hopefully they do face repercussions for running the event the way they did here with this lighting. Hopefully all the victims make a full recovery and there's no long-lasting permanent effects, because again, it's not their fault. They did nothing wrong. They went there to try and have a good time and party and forget about a bad investment they made. And then they ended up walking away with actual injuries and damage from it. So I do wish them the best. And you know what? I also hope for some reason they're able to sell their apes and make some money back on it, because man, they need a W. So overall, a crazy situation. That's about it. See ya. I know one of you watching this video right now is having a birthday, and to celebrate, I brought you a clown that we can all laugh at together and really make your special day that much better. So please allow me to introduce you to Bozo. His name is BitBoy Crypto. He's a YouTube crypto influencer who's currently suing another YouTuber named Atozi. BitBoy's seeking $75,000 due to defamation and emotional distress that he experienced when Atozi made a mean YouTube video about him, saying less than pleasant things And I personally am mortified to learn that someone was being rude to another YouTuber. That just makes my blood boil. That's just fucking unacceptable. So this lawsuit is one that's really hitting close to home here. Atozy was not playing by standard Weenie Hut Jr. rules, clearly. He made a video talking about BitBoy's past with shady crypto and just a general history of sketchy shit, which made BitBoy upset enough to file a lawsuit against him for the video. Now, I'm not here to opine on whether or not BitBoy is a scammer or anything. I'm not here to make any claims against him or any allegations. I'm just here to make fun of him. So don't worry, BitBoy. Don't blow a gasket here. I'm not going to defame you. I'm just here to laugh at you. Every now and then, some pathetic, stinky worm decides it's a good idea to try and legally strong-arm a YouTuber they don't like with some lawsuit to scare them, or get money out of them, or get the video taken down, or something like that. And I always can't help but find it comical, because it never works out in their favor. This whole thing was about him being, upset and riddled with anxiety, worrying that Atozy's video ruined his reputation, even though BitBoy's lawsuit has done significantly more damage than Atozy could have ever done. Angrily filing a frivolous lawsuit on the internet is like publicly guillotining yourself. It's reputational suicide. I promise you, Atozy's video did negligible damage to your brand. However, you have just completely wiped your ass with it. You've done the equivalent of going to the mall and shitting your pants and then trying to blame someone else for those shattered-in britches. It's your fault now. So your reputation is trashed because of this lawsuit. The lawsuit is of course public, however I'm only going to be going through this article for the excerpts. I'm not going to bore you with the actual legal speak in there. So to break down the important bits, Armstrong, BitBoy, is claiming that his livelihood was attacked by Atozy by saying he's not someone you should be looking up to for any advice whatsoever, and cannot be trusted with financial advice because you don't know whether he's trying to enrich you or himself. Maybe I'm biased here because I don't think anyone should be looking up to any YouTubers as their sole source of advice or information, but to me this doesn't seem like an attack on his livelihood at all. It just seems like a word of caution to anyone that finds his channel and takes it as the end-all be-all for financial advice or anything. It's just like a boilerplate, hey, you'd never really know someone's true intention, so just take it with a grain of salt. This doesn't seem like a malicious attempt by Atozy to fucking burn down BitBoy's empire. The article then makes a great point by highlighting a contradiction between what BitBoy's lawsuit says versus what he presents online. BitBoy's business model relies on his reputation and his status as an influencer. Side note, influencer is still to date the cringiest term ever made. That shit is vomit-inducing. That is such a yucky word. I.e., a well-known online personality who influences others' decisions, such as to buy or sell cryptocurrency as investments. The complaint reads, introducing as fact that he is an industry-leading source of reliable commentary with respect to investments in cryptocurrency. Further, the lawsuit asks, can there be a more damaging assertion for someone like BitBoy Crypto who engages in the business of providing advice and commentary on cryptocurrency investments? Basically summarizing that the lawsuit portrays BitBoy Crypto as like an actual leading authority in the field of crypto investments and advice. However, it's a different song and dance when it comes to his online presence and what he himself identifies as. But on BitBoy's YouTube channel, he says his content is for general information purposes only, and cautions, please be advised that I am not a professional advisor in business areas involving finance, cryptocurrency, taxation, securities and commodity trading, or the practice of law. Nothing written or discussed is intended to be construed or relied upon as investment, financial, legal, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice, nor should it be. You can see a big disconnect here. He's living a double life, a Jekyll and Hyde situation. In the lawsuit, BitBoy's described as like a leading expert in cryptocurrency advice and investment opportunities and shit like that. Fucking Giga Chad crypto god. So to say otherwise is blasphemous. You can't use the Lord's name in vain here, so it's super damaging to claim that he's not the, preeminent expert on crypto. But then you go to his YouTube channel and he's no longer this Sigma male. Now he's all shy. Oh, well, I guess I'm just making crypto content for general information purposes only. I am not an expert, so don't take my advice as the end-all be-all for crypto investment advice or information. So which is it? Is he a turbo-barbarian, industry-leading authority on crypto news and investment advice, like the lawsuit claims? Or is he just another fucking crypto bro clickbait douchebag YouTuber? Even aside from the very different tone on what BitBoy's role actually is, whether he's a leading expert or not, it still is a completely baseless lawsuit because he has no leg to stand on. In the article, it even mentions that Armstrong has openly talked about some of the failures he's endorsed. Armstrong's lawsuit says the allegation is without any factual support. However, a CNBC story last week reported that Armstrong made over $100 grand a month promoting cryptocurrencies, including $30,000 alone for the failed DistX cryptocurrency. That's a practice he says he now regrets because it led to some painful losses for his own viewers, CNBC wrote. Armstrong also promoted other fly-by-night projects like Ethereum Yield, Cypherium, and MYX Network. When those projects failed, he deleted the videos from his channel. So, what you're doing here is just highlighting even more so the awful shit you've done. Atozy made a general summation, like a history of the weird and sketchy, shady practices you've engaged in, which he's more than in his right to do, and you suing him to try and keep it under wraps and squeeze 75 grand out of him has shined an even brighter light on this kind of information. I would have never known that you've done these things. But since I and many others were laughing at you for this lawsuit, this information started to surface, which I imagine can't be great for business. The number one defense against defamation is the truth, and it's starting to look like that might be on Atozy's side here. Once again, I'm not here to toss around any allegations, I'm not here pointing the finger, accusing you of anything, other than just being an entertaining, silly little goofy goober for this lawsuit. The article finishes with one more excerpt from the lawsuit saying that BitBoy's emotional state is fragile, and he now suffers from severe anxiety that he will be perceived as a felon, a fraud, and untrustworthy in business or in general. The suit goes on to say that BitBoy now has recurring bouts of depression about whether defendants' defamatory statements will harm Armstrong financially and socially, and whether he'll be able to recover his good reputation in business as a result. You know what loses people's faith in you faster than just a random YouTube video? You making an absolute fucking fool of yourself by lashing out with a frivolous lawsuit. How do you expect your community to trust you going forward, even setting aside all of the scamming accusations? After this lawsuit, how do your viewers perceive you? Oh fuck, I can't speak out against this guy. He's ruling with an iron fist. I don't want to say anything less than tasteful. It might flare up his goddamn PTSD from being called a dirtbag on YouTube and he'll sue me. Shit. Oh man, BitBoy's really off the hinges now. Like, you lose faith and trust in your community because of this lawsuit, not because of his video. The people that watched Atozy's video aren't watching you, BitBoy. The people watching you are either geriatric or too fucking stupid to even find Atozy's channel in the first place. So you weren't losing money. You weren't suffering damages financially. Which is why you're not claiming like actual damages or losses, because it's fucking crypto and you can't prove it. So you're just claiming emotional distress, saying that you need 75 grand to wipe your tears with in order to feel better about one guy calling you a dirtbag. It's absolutely pathetic, and it's a super see-through attempt to try and strong-arm someone who's probably unfamiliar with the law and try and scare them. It's sickening. It's just a blatant attempt to try and bully a guy who called you out on YouTube. It's fucking sad. Trying to state things like anxiety and depression from what? Him just talking about you? Like mentioning your history and giving his opinion on your practices? It makes no sense, and I think it's very wrong. And now you look real stupid. Like you just seem like a completely insecure, untrustworthy asshole. And that has nothing to do with any of your crypto shit. I don't know anything about that, aside from what I just read in this article. So again, I'm not calling you a scammer. Don't even try and throw the word defame around here, BitBoy, when you watch this. I'm just talking about you as a person, your character. It's trash. This is dumb. And I can't stand it when people like BitBoy do this kind of shit, where they try and sue someone over absolute nonsense. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because it happens every now and then and it always gets me a little fired up. So I wanted to at least bring it up. That's about it. So yeah. Do you see the Bored Ape game comes out? No way. No way. Is that actually coming out? Oh, wow. First Bored Ape NFT game cost $2,300 for 3 weeks of play. Oh my. Oh goodness. I don't know if that's accurate or not yet, since I clearly don't know anything about it, aside from the tech demos they used to show, which were absolutely laughable jokes. You have to pay hourly for access to the game or something. Bored Ape Yacht Club's next chapter, what you need to know about sewer passes, the skill-based mint, and more. The skill-based mint, huh?
A whole lot's happened in the swamp recently. Let's recap.
I'll do a quick recap for you. NFTs have never been less valuable. Recap's over. It crashed and burned.
We started down here. Competed for glory when we got over here. And a whole bunch of other really cool stuff took place in between then and now.
And it's all gone.
It all started when Jimmy took a shit so atomic, he ripped a damn hole in the space-time continuum. Curtis was handed a mysterious box and a key from another universe, but instead of opening it, they partied. And now the
Is this where Justin Roiland went after the whole domestic violence stuff?
His,
Did you write this?
Chocolate pocket through the sewer. Starting January 17th, each ape and mutant can claim a sewer pass that grants access to the bowels of the Yacht Club for a skill-based mint called Dookie Dash that begins January 18th.
Like, how there has to be some level of shame when you're Bored Apes were very expensive. Now they're probably worth less than a pack of cigarettes, but at one point they were very expensive. How can there not be that level of embarrassment where, like, I spent thousands of dollars for my Dookie Dash? Like, you're telling your friends about, like, your investments, like, guys, you guys really need to get the sewer pass from the latest Bored Apes. It allows you for 5 Dookie Dashes in the skill-based mint through the glorb hole. Like, that's wild to me. Like, you actually have to be fucking stupid and shameless to think this is a good idea. It just sounds embarrassing.
Per Bored Ape or Mutant Ape you own, and there are special tiers if you have a doggo to go with.
Oh, the doggo, of course, naturally.
Your sewer pass may include a
Big Doge.
bonus.
What about a
While
Chungus?
apes are the only ones who can claim a sewer. On January 18th, the sewer will open.
Woo! Can't wait to go in the sewer, see the Ninja Turtles.
Fragments from another universe.
Wow.
You want to collect these fragments, and some are worth more points than others. Watch out for obstacles and survive as long as you can to rack up more points.
It's so beautiful. This is the game. This is not what I saw originally. They tried to do a Bored Apes MMO. I thought that's the game that was coming out. This is legitimately a flash game from Addicting Games, pretty much. But this is one that you have to put a lot of money into. It's a fucking NFT game. And not only an NFT game, a Bored Ape one, which was the most expensive NFTs.
Pay attention, this next part is important.
You've got my undivided attention.
High score in the game is tied to the combination of your wallet and your sewer pass. If you give away your pass or get to another wallet, the score does not go with it.
Oh my god.
It's now after scores are validated, your sewer passes will be eligible for the most exciting part yet.
No more excitement. It's too much. Oh,
the great dog prophet has been studying the box that Curtis received. These conditions are right.
How much money?
A summoning ritual that will bring incredible power sources from another dimension
to
our world.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Gary will be watching you in the sewer. So keep those sewer passes close by. The reveal is just
my god, those sewer passes are worth more than gold.
Be able to evolve through a sequence
diamonds.
Of various ape-coin-powered minigames. But before you go posting about it on Twitter, screenshot this.
Nobody did.
So you have something to.
Just to illustrate the massive fall off on NFTs. This flew so far under the radar, none of the, like, crypto bro brainwashed NFT drone bots even bothered posting about it. I never heard about it, and I am glued to these kind of goofy NFT fumbles. And this video would have been something that would have been dunked on by like half of the people on YouTube, and no one even bothered talking about it. That is how far off, or how far they have fallen. Beautiful. Absolutely, they have really hit the shitter. They are deep in the sewer without a pass to get them out. Poetic. Sewer passes are being offered for sale for absurd amounts of money. The floor price for a sewer pass on OpenSea translates to nearly $3,100 in real money. The total volume of Sewer Pass sales on OpenSea at this moment stands at 13k ETH, which works out to nearly 21 mil. And some fucking goofball paid $9,700 for a Tier 4 Sewer Pass. Those are still very high numbers. Still plenty of gullible idiots parting with some money. I imagine it's only whales left, though. Because this used to be nothing to Bored Apes. Bored Apes was a multi-billion-dollar business. So their big game here only doing 21 mil total. That's quite a colossal fall off. But it is higher than I would have thought given how little people even discussed it. This is insane to me. Who are they buying to flex it to? I don't think they're doing it to flex anymore. They truly think they very much adopted that belief as, you know, buying the dip. All of the NFTs are in that big dip, and they are thinking that they're 10 steps ahead, that they're buying the dip and they're going to make a ton of money in the future. Though I just don't see a world where shit like NFTs, Bored Apes bounce back and the hysteria starts again. It's a fucking joke, and it's become synonymous with scams. So I just don't see that happening. But who knows? Maybe it does. And maybe all of the people that have a Sewer Pass and a Dookie Dash are going to be the prophets. The ones that saw the future and made out like bandits. We minted 2 Sewer Pass and this is what we did.
Ladies and gentlemen,
when does the game start?
Anyway, opinion of which it was the pro wrecking long, pretty much floor below.
Okay.
Back, yeah. After this, got link for the Pass, obviously.
Cool. Amazing gameplay. Ah, here we go. A Dookie Dash high score run. You'll pay 2 ape coin for a power shart pack. If it was free, it would actually be like charmingly shit. But keep in mind, this is $3,100 for access to this game for 3 weeks, and then you're paying money on top of it for a power shart pack. They are actually laughing in your face. They are feeding you shit, literally, and you're paying for it. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I have no sympathy for all the people that have lost incalculable amounts of money on this. What a joke. Did he get the power shart? Nice, good power shart. This should be a good run then. Alright, we're in. Let's go, gamers. Woo! Move over, Elden Ring. There's a new sheriff on the block. Oh, yeah. Oh boy, we're going in. This is a 65,000 point power shart. Oh! And there goes $3,100. Cool. Let's go. Awesome. Looks like an old Cartoon Network website game. True, except those games slapped. Those games were good. I still remember the Dexter's Lab one where you do electric fences in order to like herd chickens. My favorite was the Ed, Edd n Eddy Cart Bash game. That one was good. I think another absolute banger was the Evil Con Carne one where it was battle islands. So you'd equip your island with a lot of weaponry to fight the other island. It was really fun. Alright, I gotta take a fat shit real quick. All of this Dookie Dash really got my bowels cooking. I'm gonna go drop a little Sewer Pass in there. I'll be right back. I went golfing for the first time in a long time, which is why I'm dressed like I just got back from church. But trust me, my performance today proved that there is no God. He wouldn't let someone be this talentless at golf. I played awful. It was trash. I ate more ass than a toilet seat. But I had fun, which of course is what everyone says when they do absolutely fucking terrible at something. But anyway, I came home and I was feeling a little down because I was disappointed with my performance. I looked silly in front of my friends, so I just needed something to help me feel better. And what better way of improving your mood than going on Twitter? Nothing as cathartic as pouring gasoline on a fire, I suppose. So I went on Twitter and I saw something pretty disgusting. This is the official Stan Lee Twitter account, and it's being used like a fucking fleshlight to promote NFTs. From championing diversity to embracing new tech, Stan was one step ahead of the curve. To honor his innovative spirit, Stan's first Indian hero, Chakra the Invincible, debuts in his own NFT, digital art collection. If Stan Lee was still alive, this would have killed him. It would have put him in the grave. Regardless of how you feel about NFTs, whether you think they're all scams or if you think a picture of an ape with a cigarette in its mouth is worth millions of dollars, it doesn't really matter. You can at least recognize why this is so shitty. Just using the reputation of Stan Lee to make a quick buck off of his legacy. This isn't the first thing that Stan Lee's Twitter account has been used to promote since his death. It's constantly, like, selling things from what I can see. So this is just the latest in their money-making scheme. It feels like any day now they're gonna make a tweet saying, "We decided to uncover Stan's decaying corpse, you can pay to come visit it." I don't know who runs the Stan Lee Twitter account, but I can make an educated guess. It has to be Mr. Krabs. They are greedy as fuck. I feel like we're only a month away from them just going full Weekend at Bernie's, where they get Stan Lee's carcass up and pretend he's still alive, like, "Hey, Stan Lee was so pleased with the NFT auction, he's come back to life through the power of the blockchain, baby." Or if he's like too decayed and he's just a bunch of bones in the coffin, they'll start auctioning off individual bones as NFTs from Stan Lee. They're just not allowing Stan Lee to rest peacefully. I've never been one to believe in the supernatural, but I have no doubt he is still anchored to this world as some kind of vengeful spirit, because there is some silliness afoot here with whoever's running this Twitter account. They are keeping Stan Lee fucking chained to this dimension, no matter how much he wants to just move on. They will not let him. They have to try and squeeze every last dime out of his legacy and milk him for all he's worth, and it's sad. It's fucking gross. Again, I don't really care how you feel about NFTs, if you love them, if you hate them. You can recognize why this is still frowned upon and shitty. Even Crazy Frog left this comment condemning it. All of us have seen Crazy Frog's dick, but we've never seen him put it in someone's mouth like this. Even Crazy Frog, who is also selling NFTs, is openly saying that this is terrible. Crazy Frog has their own drama going on right now because they're also selling NFTs. I don't really know too much about that. I don't even know what the fuck kind of NFTs Crazy Frog is selling. I guess it's gonna be like different variations of his cock, like circumcised versus uncircumcised. I mean, I have no fucking clue what they could possibly be doing, but people are very mad at Crazy Frog, and they still openly condemned how low this was. And then Dictionary came in there and even dunked on him a little bit by just reminding us what the definition of defile is. And this is very much a textbook example. It's just so shameless, and it's laughably obvious how desperately they want to suckle from the bosom of all the other popular NFTs being pumped currently. Like CryptoPunks and Bored Apes, they're doing the exact same thing. So they have 7,000 unique generative chakra pieces, meaning you could get normal Chakra, or you could get Chakra who's shooting laser beams out of his eyes with face tattoos and a grill. Or you might get Chakra who looks normal but is actually missing a tooth, which means he's a rare permutation. They're just copying the exact same formula as all the other goofy fucking NFTs. They're not even doing the bare minimum to make it something different. They're just doing the exact same shit that every other producer of NFTs is doing because they all have this fear of missing out on easy money. And the only difference here is they're putting Stan Lee as the face of it, despite him being dead. He's the one that's going to promote it for them. So they're just parading his corpse around as just an NFT billboard. It's wild. But who knows, maybe people are just so upset about NFTs in general that we've all convinced ourselves that Stan Lee would never want this. Maybe there's a chance that whoever's running Stan Lee's Twitter account actually asked him if he would support this project, fund it, in fact, like a Kickstarter backer. Like maybe they got a spiritual medium over and they contacted Stan Lee and they asked for his blessing and he gave it. Maybe that's the case. Who knows? All I know is I still think NFTs are fucking stupid. Or at the very least, all of these dumb art NFTs are extremely fucking stupid. Anyway, that's about it. So yeah. Seems like Bitcoin's gonna fall to the ground since everyone's still dumb enough to fall into NFT scams. I mean, I doubt Bitcoin's gonna collapse, but it looks like all the other ones are. What's Bitcoin at? She's still tanking a bit, eh? Man, they were killing it in 2021. It's just a correction, as they say. Why the lost interest? Because I think it's solely from NFTs and shitcoins. Keep in mind, all of this growth was at the time when NFTs, like, their hype was at their highest. Even your dad was hearing about crypto. and then your dad got scammed, then your dad got scammed again, then your dad found more shit posts from Elon Musk, got scammed again. Now your dad hates crypto, he sold, everyone's selling. I think it is solely from NFTs and shitcoins. How much money have you lost? I haven't checked this since last August. I've lost a ton. Probably all of it, I assume. And that's fine by me, man. As long as I get to stop seeing all of those, like, crypto copium hype beasts on Twitter, I'm fine with it. I'll let, if that goes to zero, whatever. Yeah, I don't think Bitcoin's ever going to, like, actually collapse. It'll probably settle somewhere in, like, the 20 to 30K ballpark or something. I'm just pulling numbers out of my ass, but I don't think it's gonna die. Bitcoin has died hundreds of times, this won't be any different. Yeah, I see that cope a lot too. This one is super different though. I don't think there's ever been as much crypto hype and as much crypto scam and shady shit as there was throughout all of 2021 when Bitcoin made its crazy run. The faith in crypto is at the lowest it's ever been. I got into Bitcoin late 2015, early 2016, so I saw all of the rises, all the falls. There was never a time that looked like 2021, ever. There were plenty of scams though back in the day. True, there was BitConnect, there was one other big exchange that I never remember the name of. I think it was like Mt. Gox. I think that might have been it. That's true. But the only people that got scammed back then were normal crypto bros. Now, in 2021, the people that got scammed were just average, normal, not internet savvy people, not tech savvy people. And now they will never come back. That shit will just get slapped down. And every company tried their best to hijack NFTs as quickly as possible for a quick turnaround. I don't think there's a chance anyone believes in NFTs again. Even Poppy's Playtime made NFTs. Yeah, they did. Everything. Literally everything. The moment I saw Paris Hilton shilling Bored Apes on Jimmy Fallon was the moment NFTs died. I feel like you can kind of pinpoint the day NFTs died. I really think it was when Gwyneth Paltrow introduced her own Bored Ape. I really feel like that is when it actually went into a death roll, like an actual death spiral. Because after that, I recall everything going down. It was Saturday Night Live that killed crypto. That killed Dogecoin. I don't think it killed crypto in general. Weren't they trying to make a Bored Ape movie? You're talking about the ape cartoon. I forgot what it was called. I think it was like Red Ape. Yeah, Red Ape Family. Well, episode 2 came out 2 months ago. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, sports fans. Oh, and you can even buy episode 3 NFT. Let's go.
Please make your way to the boarding gate.
God. What a beautifully awful cartoon. I love the comments they picked. One of them just said, "This is epic."
I saw another universe too, royally fucked, by the way. Creatures called trolls, who were trapped in a thing called YouTube.
Poor things.
Oh.
No, they were assholes. Virgins making reaction videos in their mother's basements, all talking about how shitty we are.
Oh.
No, babe.
This is the most NFT bro shit of all time. The insecurity immediately oozing out of the script. Holy shit. Not even a minute in and they're whining. Just instantly fucking whining. Thanks to resub Twisty and the bits of Bungie. So episode 2 is just the creators all in their feelings, like, oh, you guys you're trolls. You're in your mom's basement. That's so sad. Fuck. I see why no one talked about episode 2 in the crypto community. Jesus Christ, that makes them look like such pussies. They make fun of Saberspark in episode 2. So is this just like their YouTuber call-out episode? Red Ape's so strong. We don't care that you guys are mean.
What you experienced was a rip in the multiverse caused by the power of the golden NFT you stole.
What the fuck are you doing in our bed?
I get lonely at night, and I like to cuddle.
Good God.
You're grooming as shit. Hey, that's my kid, fat fuck. The name's Fat Fucking Ape. Who do you think you...
Oh my god, this is fucking awful. Episode 1 was bad, this is worse. At least episode 1 had, like, animation to it, kind of, I guess. I don't know, it's really hard to fish for, like, even a single compliment for it, but it wasn't this bad. Yucky. Yikes. Who is this for? I don't know, I guess just more insecure crypto bros. I really couldn't tell you. Like, even the comments just eat them alive. So I don't know who watches it for, like, entertainment. They even hide their own likes, because I'm imagining the likes were so little compared to the view count that it also looked bad. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't see the point. No, the whole point was well, I don't know why I said I don't get the point. The point was to drum up hype for the NFTs, and they sell them on OpenSea. Spoilers, the final episode will be locked behind a crypto paywall, calling it now. There's not gonna be a final episode. NFTs died. All of the money they were hodling is lost now. I'm assuming a lot of those are just them on puppet accounts to artificially drum up the price and the amount of members. How much is this in money? I mean, that's definitely not as much as they spent on creating it. So they haven't made their money back yet. It's not exactly the money printing NFT machine they were hoping for, I don't think. 55 Ethereum, which is about 7K total. I don't think this is... Like, I think these owners are the ones that actually bought the episode, and this is the amount of sales total, I think. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember how OpenSea works. Regardless, it's not exactly popping for them. And I can't imagine why when all they're doing is whining.
Do not fall into the trap of other universes. Other universes.
What the fuck is happening?
Who?
Our bloody neighbors.
Fetal in a Syncti.
Chill out. I walked away from that life. I want nothing to do with NFTs. I make an honest living now.
Well, I am.
You fucking fool!
It's safe, trust me. Come on, guys. Can I come on the heist next time? If that
Yikes, man, this is fucking rough. This is a lot worse than episode 1. Episode 1 was like tolerably goofy bad. This is just fucking miserable. It's so slow and cringy. Cringy is a word that has completely lost all meaning, but my god, this is like the epitome of uncomfortable, absolute dog shit, like nearly unwatchable. Even if you like NFTs, even if you like the project, this is bad. They called Saber Spark Saber Fart in this episode. That's kind of genius. I'm pretty sure they write the script based on like what they read. So like his pull-out game, I wish my pull-out game was better. Just something he read on Twitter sometime as some kind of insult. The old dick twist, just a reference to a video you can point to and be like, ah, the old dick twist, I know that one. So I'm sure they saw Saber Fart somewhere and couldn't even think of that much. Well, of course, the reason they're insulting Saber Spark in this is because he insulted them. He made a whole video on the Red Ape family. I will say, though, this is better than whatever Seth Green was going to make. Have you guys seen the trailer for that shit? Oh my god. Oh. God. Yeah, little backstory, Seth Green wanted to make an NFT show, but then he ended up falling for a phishing scam and losing his NFTs, his sacred bored apes. So then he publicly started begging the guy who bought the stolen apes to give them back, and I think that he was able to repurchase them from the guy. It's so embarrassing.
I kind of want that rose. Don't take the rose, sweet.
I'm taking my break.
What?
Yeah, it's fucking awful. It's so bad. It's so bad. So I will say, the one compliment, well, I can give 2 compliments to Red Ape family. 1, it's better than whatever the fuck Seth Green was cooking up here. And 2, at least it has it ending. Like, at least the episode ends in 14 minutes. This was gonna be fucking miserable. Wait, so he made a video with his NFT, lost it, and then didn't have the rights to use that image in the video anymore? Yep. So, he was making an NFT show with his NFTs. Then his NFTs got stolen because he fell for a phishing link. And by the way, the phishing scam is the most batshit lunacy I've ever heard. He clicked on the phishing link and thought he was minting Dex Cats or something, Gax Cats. Another NFT, he thought he was minting them, but was actually just getting robbed. And then publicly groveled at the feet of the guy who bought the stolen NFTs to let him buy them back, which he did. But I also don't think he would have had any trouble just making the show anyway without owning the NFTs. Because they're fucking NFTs. There are no rights. What a fool. Yep. Well, actually, what's he doing on Twitter right now? Last time we checked, he was only whining. What's going on Twitter today, Seth? Hey, more NFTs. He hasn't learned his lesson, my man. Yeah. You seen the Crazy Frog Twitter getting wacky? Yeah, there's Crazy Frog NFTs. And I saw them, like, mad at themselves for making NFTs or something. Like, the Crazy Frog Twitter had, like, a disagreement on NFTs. Like, amongst themselves. Not too long ago. The Mandela effect is real. That's referencing the Crazy Frog penis. Who up crazying they frog right now? Nice. That's pretty good. I'm going crazy mode. Run. That's pretty good. This seems like a good account. Crazy Frog's feeling himself a little bit. That's fine. I'd give this Twitter account like a B. Only because of the who up crazying they frog right now. I don't know what it is about those posts from like actual brands, but that shit is the goofiest thing to me.
You British bastards will feel the wrath of Hector, the rage monkey!
Good lord. Man, the action's pretty intense though.
Are you okay?
Disgusting. I thought that guy get his float.
I pay you two knuckleheads to do one job. Now look at you. Let's bounce. We have new orders.
Man, that was epic.
Finally, home.
Okay, yeah, there's probably nothing else worth seeing here. Good. It's so bad you want to keep watching, don't lie. It's not fun bad, though. Like I said, episode 1 is fun bad. This one's just more sad. Jesus Christ.
All cats stand by.
That was it? Alright, a little cameo. I thought it was gonna be like a written joke or something, but I guess they couldn't think of anything.
Wrong Bitcoin. Wrong Bitcoin. Show the Bitcoin.
Holy shit.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Oh my god. Get to the Musk one, quick!
Chucky.
Holy shitballs, you can talk?
Yes. The Bitcoins have set me free, Chucky. You have no idea what is happening, do you?
Not the slightest fucking clue.
All will be revealed, Chucky. Here, it will reveal your origin and show you your...
Why are you saying 1555?
Chosen one.
Why did you tell me to come to this? The baby is Elon Musk?
Idiots. They don't have...
Oh, I didn't even connect that. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't connect that at all. The Staples announcement for a new logo was more quality than this. True, but that logo slapped. That new Staples logo, whoo-wee. Shit went hard.